The journey begins long before anyone steps on board. From miles away, the ship rises out of the horizon like a floating city of glass and steel, its silhouette catching the last traces of the evening sun. The hull, a flawless deep metallic graphite, slices through the water with almost unreal smoothness, while its superstructure gleams in lead tiers of white, champagne, and smoked glass. Helicopters orbit above, tenders glide below, but nothing disturbs the ship's calm authority. This isn't just a vessel. It's a statement, engineered to whisper one thing to the ocean and the world alike: elegance has evolved. As guests arrive by private tender, the first thing they encounter is silence. Not the absence of sound, but the presence of careful design. The docking bay is cocooned in acoustic panels, wrapped in soft indirect lighting that reflects off hand-polished marble. Hydraulic platforms rise with seamless precision, guided by carbon fiber mechanisms usually reserved for spacecraft. Every line, every corner is softened, the air scented lightly with white tea and sea salt. The moment shoes touch the deck, luxury shifts from idea to reality, and the ocean becomes the backdrop to a meticulously choreographed experience. The grand atrium is the ship's beating heart. A triple-height cathedral of glass stretches upward, crowned with a kinetic chandelier made of thousands of crystal fins that move like a school of fish, reacting to subtle changes in light and music. The floor beneath is Italian marble veined with gold, inlaid with a compass rose of mother-of-pearl. A floating staircase spirals around an indoor waterfall that tumbles down a wall of living moss and orchids, humidity controlled by hidden microvents. Here, engineering and art merge, making the very air feel curated, cool, and impossibly pure. The suites on this ship don't merely offer views, they frame the ocean like an ever-changing painting. Floor-to-ceiling smart glass transitions, from crystal clear to tinted at a touch, controlling privacy and temperature using embedded nanofilms. Walls are paneled in sustainably sourced ebony, brushed satin metal, and whisper-soft acoustic fabric. Hidden within are climate-controlled wardrobes, motorized art panels, and beds that subtly adjust their firmness with biometric feedback. The sound of the sea is present, but never intrusive, thanks to lead structural insulation that lets guests invite the ocean in, or close it out completely. At the very top of the vessel lies the owner's deck, a private world within a private world. Here, teak decking meets hand-woven outdoor textiles, designed to resist UV, salt, and time while remaining as soft as indoor velvet. A glass-edged infinity pool stretches to the bow, water blending visually with the horizon. Beneath the deck, a vibration-damping system borrowed from satellite technology keeps every ripple in the pool smooth, no matter how the ship moves. When the sun dips, concealed lead strips ignite, turning the deck into a floating terrace suspended between stars and sea. Dining on board is a carefully staged performance. The main restaurant features tables carved from single slabs of stone, their surfaces honed to a silky finish. Overhead, a ceiling of backlit alabaster glows warmly, mimicking the softness of candlelight without a single flame. The kitchen is a stainless steel command center where Michelin-level chefs operate with surgical precision, using induction, sous vide, and custom steam systems to maintain exact temperatures. Service corridors wrap invisibly around guest spaces, so plates seem to appear and vanish as if conjured, keeping the illusion that the ship itself is serving its guests. Beneath the polished elegance lies an engine room that feels more like a sci-fi laboratory than a mechanical space. Twin hybrid propulsion systems combine advanced diesel engines with battery banks the size of small apartments, reducing noise and emissions. Electric azimuth thrusters swivel with millimeter accuracy, giving the ship the ability to rotate on its own axis. Sensors everywhere feed data into a centralized control hub: fuel consumption, hull resistance, weather patterns, even plankton density. The ship is not simply moving through the ocean. It's continuously learning how to do so more quietly, efficiently, and respectfully. The spa is designed as a sanctuary where the sea itself becomes part of every treatment. Heated stone lounges seem to float above a glass floor, giving glimpses of the dark, mysterious ocean below. Walls ripple with backlit onyx, casting a soft, golden glow over saltwater pools and hydrotherapy circuits. Microbubble systems infuse the water with oxygen-rich clouds, caressing the skin like silk. Soundscapes shift from gentle piano to the distant hum of whales, orchestrated through hidden speakers. Every tile, every droplet, is calibrated to make time slow down and the outside world disappear. For those who crave movement, the fitness deck is an open-air masterpiece. Shock-absorbing flooring lines a private running track that circles the upper deck, illuminated by embedded LEDs that trace each step. Inside the glass-enclosed gym, anti-gravity treadmills, smart resistance machines, and VR cycling stations look out onto uninterrupted views of the ocean. Sensors in the ceiling map every workout, adjusting ventilation, temperature, and even music tempo to match performance. Here, the horizon becomes a training partner, and the rhythmic sway of the ship adds a subtle, living challenge to every routine. Entertainment on board is not confined to screens. A hidden door in the atrium opens into a private cinema where seats recline almost flat, their upholstery a blend of cashmere and leather engineered to breathe in tropical heat. The walls are layered in acoustic suede, absorbing every stray echo. A 360-degree projection system can transform the room into anything: a classic theater, an undersea world, or a simulated voyage through constellations. For live experiences, a modular stage emerges from the floor, accompanied by studio-grade lighting rigs that can turn a quiet evening into a private concert. When guests want to meet the sea up close, they descend to the Beach Club, a lounge at water level that feels like a five-star resort pressed right against the waves. Fold-out platforms extend from both sides of the hull, expanding into floating terraces with sun lounges and daybeds. The flooring is treated teak that dries quickly and cools under bare feet. Glass transoms slide open, letting the scent of salt and the hush of waves sweep through. Jet skis, e-foils, and tenders are released by hydraulic arms that move with slow, ballet-like grace. Hidden beneath the waterline, a private submarine bay houses a compact exploration submersible. Its hull is a bubble of ultra-clear acrylic, giving passengers a near 360-degree view of the deep. Robotic arms and sonar arrays fold neatly into its frame, while whisper-quiet thrusters move it through the water like a curious sea creature. Launch and recovery systems stabilize the submarine in heavy swell, using gyroscopic platforms and magnetic locking rails. It slips into the depths almost silently, letting guests drift among reefs and shadows, watching the secret life of the ocean from their own glass cocoon. The bridge is where the technical soul of the ship resides. Instead of a clutter of dials and wheels, the space is dominated by sleek, dark consoles and panoramic screens displaying real-time maps, weather, and navigation data. The traditional wheel has been replaced by a compact, sculpted control unit, more akin to an aircraft joystick. Augmented reality overlays can project routes directly onto the forward windows. Redundant systems and backup generators are tucked away, ready to activate in microseconds. Every decision, every turn, every slowdown, is calculated with the precision of a luxury timepiece. Even the corridors are engineered to feel like part of the destination, not the journey. Soft-edged walls curve gently, guiding guests with concealed LED strips that brighten or dim as footsteps approach. Carpeting is woven from recycled ocean plastics, twisted into fibers so soft they rival cashmere. Motion sensors wake subtle fragrances and background soundscapes, each deck with its own identity. One inspired by rainforests, another by desert winds, another by the quiet mystery of the deep sea. You don't simply walk from one space to another, you transition through carefully crafted moods. Sustainability is woven into the ship's DNA, not added on as an afterthought. Solar panels are seamlessly integrated into the superstructure, invisible to the casual yet constantly feeding the battery systems. Wastewater is treated through multi-stage filtration to near drinkable purity before discharge. Organic waste is compacted and processed in thermal units that drastically reduce volume and impact. Even the paint on the hull is a special low-friction coating that reduces drag and improves fuel economy. This is luxury without guilt, where indulgence coexists with responsibility to the oceans that carry the ship. As night falls, the vessel undergoes a transformation. Architectural lighting washes the hull in soft gradients, while underwater LEDs send shimmering columns of light into the sea, attracting curious fish that dance just below the surface. On deck, fire pits with glass-protected flames flicker beside infinity pools that mirror the sky. The music shifts to warm jazz and slow electronic pulses, drifting through directional speakers that keep each area intimate. The ship becomes its own private island of light, drifting through an endless canvas of black water and distant constellations. Crew members move through this world with practiced invisibility. Their quarters, though seldom seen by guests, are models of efficient, ergonomic design, adjustable bunks, soundproof walls, intelligent storage, and independent climate zones. Training facilities and relaxation lounges ensure they are as cared for as the guests they serve. Advanced logistics software monitors every request, from dietary preferences to pillow types, ensuring nothing is forgotten. The luxury guests feel on the surface is supported by a deeper, quieter system, one that honors the human beings who keep this floating masterpiece alive and flawless. In the private library, shelves of leather-bound volumes, design monographs, and rare travel journals line the walls. The room floats above the sea on a cantilevered platform, with a glass floor section that reveals the ship's gentle wake. Tables are carved from dark walnut, lit by brass lamps that cast pools of intimate light. A silent, fully digital archive hides behind the physical collection, accessible through discrete touch panels. Here, guests can study naval history, examine the blueprints of the very ship they sail on, or simply lose themselves in stories of distant oceans. Outside, at the bow, a secluded observation platform stretches forward like an arrow pointing into the unknown. Wind barriers and aerodynamic shaping keep it surprisingly calm, even at speed. Guests can stand here, almost above the water, watching the hull cleave the ocean in two. During sunrise, the world is painted in pink and gold. During storms, towering waves explode into mist below, tamed by the ship's mass and engineering. In these moments, luxury feels less like excess and more like access, the privilege of witnessing the raw power of nature in perfect safety. By the time the journey nears its end, something subtle has changed. The ship is no longer just a marvel of engineering and design. It has become a temporary universe with its own rhythm, its own quiet language. Every detail, from the soft closing of a cabin door to the near-silent hum of the engines, reminds guests that they have stepped beyond first class into a realm where boundaries between technology, comfort, and the sea are erased. This is life aboard the most exclusive luxury ship ever built, not just travel, but a carefully crafted dream set afloat on the open ocean.